You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
What's up? Welcome back to the channel once again. And today, man, what we gonna do, we gonna jump into this thing and we are going to, I think this is part 5 of the Melodies series, man. So the last time we did a little sequencing and stuff and started getting the track pretty much put together. We deemed that we had enough sounds on here for educational purposes. So what we gonna do now, you know what, I think the last time I told you guys I was gonna show you a different way to sequence your track. So let's do this. Let's go back to this, to the song, over here to song mode, and let's clear this out, man. Let's clear this out and learn a different way to sequence our track. And that's not the way to do it. Let's go here and undo. It literally got rid of everything. So let's go here and undo it all. Let's go back here. Got everything back. Let's go, nope, not right there. Let's go back here. Double click that, get that right there. And let's see. If we delete these this way, does it mess up ideas mode? Hey man, look here, let me tell you something. I'm not a professional, I just know what I'm doing. How about that? I am not a professional. I just know what I'm doing. Is that a good enough excuse? Yep, still got it. So you see we took everything off this song mode. Let's go back to ideas mode, and we got all of our pieces here. And what we're going to do now is use these scenes across here to create what we want them to be. So we'll rename this first one Intro. And on this first one, we'll have playing the intro beat, the intro instruments, and I think that's everything. Let's hit play. Yep. So that's the intro. So we'll go right here to the next scene and we'll name it verse. And we'll pick everything that I named verse and we'll play it and see what it sounds like. Okay, so that's verse. Then we'll go to this one. We'll rename this one verse bridge. And then we'll start to put together Definitely want that one on there. That one on there. Take that one off, and then this is what we got. Then we add another one, and we'll rename it. We just call it hook. And then on the hook, we'll choose the one that says chorus, chorus, chorus. So you know what? Let's rename this chorus. Let's just be correct. How about that? Chorus, correct. Fuck you mean. All right, then hit it. So we got all the elements for the intro, verse, bridge, chorus. So let's do something slick, man. Let's do some sort of outro or breakdown. Let's see what we got here. So we'll do verse 2. My bad. Let's go rename. We'll do verse 2. And we'll start verse 2 with the intro beat, the intro instruments. Then we'll go nah, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's take the bridge verse beat and the intro instruments and do that verse 2. You know what? I take that back. Let's go back to the intro. Then we'll do verse 2.0. Now we do verse 2 bridge. And for verse 2 bridge, we'll take the bridge beat. And let's switch it up a little bit. Let's take, I don't know which one I want to take. I don't want to just go bridge and make it like the first one. Let's take this. We'll take the bridge beat, the intro instruments, and we'll put those together. And then we'll say outro. We just call this one outro. And for the outro, we'll just take the intro instruments. And now that we have the intro instruments, we're done. So we got the intro, verse bridge, chorus, verse 2 bridge, outro. Now, once you got all of that stuff set up, so let's go back. If I click on intro, it's going to highlight what's going to play during the intro. See what I'm saying? So then when I go to verse, it's going to highlight what's playing during the verse. When I go to verse bridge, it's going to highlight what I chose for verse bridge. When I go to chorus, and so on, and so on, and so on. So now when we go back to our song mode over here, we can get right up here and rename this. No, we won't rename it yet. We can get right here and we can just right click and we can say insert a clip and we can go, what did I call it? Let's stop for a second. Let's go back. Let's go back here. I can go here. Pattern 1, yada, yada, yada. It's not right, so we go here. And there we go. So I was wrong. Like I say, I'm not an expert. I just know what I'm doing. So let's go here. And right where you see this little plus at, right above it, we're going to highlight there, right click, and we're going to go down to select, and then we're going to go over to intro. And as you can see, it plugs the intro in, named intro. And then you hit this next little plus, and you say verse. And then you hit the next one, go to insert, and you go verse bridge. Double click right here, double click again, give you a little space, and you just put the song together the way you made it. Now I'm going to show you this like this because, okay, and we are back, people. So what happened was I was in the middle of a video and I ran out of hard drive space. So now I got the hard drive cleaned off. Let's get back to it, man. So we stopped right here at the chorus, and I was talking about what I was showing you and why I was showing it to you. So we started out with the intro, we went to the verse, we went to the verse bridge, at the chorus, hit this next plus sign, right click that plus sign, go to insert. And after chorus, we're going to pick verse 2. And what we're going to do, we're going to put this together the exact same way that we constructed it in the ideas view. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. So then we got outro. So I'm going to double click here. And let's go over it. We got intro, verse, verse bridge, chorus, verse 2 bridge, outro. Let's go back here to the idea side. We got intro, verse, verse bridge, chorus, verse 2 bridge, outro. This is exactly what I put over here. So watch this. If you click on each one, like I said, it's going to show you what's playing on each one of these selections, each one of these scenes. So I set these scenes up back here so that when I go to the song view, I can just put the song together and be pretty much done with it. So here we go. So let's go here. We'll double click there. We double click there so that it loops, and let's play it one time just so we can hear. We're going to play it in its entirety one time so you can hear how it all fell together from what we put together back there. Let's go. So that's pretty much how it goes, man. That's pretty much sequencing. You know what I'm saying? Putting this whole thing together. It's pretty much the sequencing end of it. I like to keep it simple myself, you dig? But I show you guys this stuff, man, so that when you sit down and start working on your own tracks, you have a better idea of different things you would like to do on your tracks. I'm never telling you to copy what I do verbatim. I don't want you to copy me. I really don't want you to copy me. And the reason I'm saying that, I only want you to copy the process. I don't want you to try to copy the sounds I'm choosing and none of that, unless you just want to take those same sounds and manipulate them and play with them and come up with some different ideas. That's fine. But by no means am I telling you to make the same style of track that I'm making. I do this so that I can pretty much show you guys different techniques and tips and tricks along with making a beat. And I did all of this on purpose. Everything I did was intentional. So I'm not just sitting here jacking you around when I do this. I'm pretty much, I'm taking you somewhere with this whole thing so that you can kind of be there with me, because what I want to do in the future, man, I would really love to get on you guys' channels and check out some of your beats and stuff. I mean, what's the point of learning all this if you can't ever showcase it, right? So right here, let me go back here and we go to intro and we'll add this onto the intro. Then we'll go to outro. No, let's start with intro. Even though it's already there. Let's make sure it's not showing up anywhere else. Okay, let's go to intro. And let's do this.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Okay, so let's do something to my drop here. Let's take the drop and we're going to go, let's EQ it a little bit. Let's give it a little hi-hat. And we shouldn't have given it that much. I gave it 8 decibels of hi-hat. Let's start with like 4. We want to make it crispy.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Let's go back here. Pitch is right, modulation, all of that stuff is right. EQ it. Let's do this. Put a compressor on it. Let's move the compressor up 1. Always compress before you EQ. Let's hear it now.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
I'm sounding real trashy, but we can fix that. Let's bring up some mids, bring down some of this low end, put a little low mid on it. Let's sharpen it up a little more. We're gonna go extreme with it.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Let's go back here. Let's mute all of these. Let's start from the top. Let's see what we sound like.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Let's go to compressor. I think we got some stuff kind of chunky, but you know what? Let's not waste a lot of time on that, because what I want to get into now is we are going to start to mix our track and make it sound a little better, so that when you go to listen to it, and not only listen to it, when you go to play it on other platforms and stuff, like in your car and all that stuff, it'll sound pretty good. So let's go here, turn that off. Let's go here, let's go here. Not sure what I'm looking at there. So when you go to mix this, you know you can take one of them and mix it. We'll take this main one and we'll mix it. And we'll turn off the rest of these. And we'll hit play. We'll close that, get a little more real estate. You guys gotta excuse me. I never mix with headphones on, so all of this is brand new to me, but we're gonna do it for the sake of this video. I'm gonna mute everything. I normally mix on my reference monitor, so this is gonna be something brand new for us. All right, let's start the mix process. So now I got the beat playing. We want to get this beat to knock in the way we want it to knock. So let's do this. Let's do this and this. I think I just messed the beat up. But I didn't. I need to unmute this. I want to mute those. You know what? I don't want to do it this way. Sorry, guys. Let's mute that. Unmute these. Let's go back. I'm going to go back to here. And I'm going to mix this like this. So I'm going to take my kick. I'm going to take my kick and tighten it up a little bit. So we're going to drop a compress on it. And you see the difference in that? I want my kick to knock. You want it to knock. Now, I can't really hear what's going on because I am not a headphone mixing type of guy. I normally mix on my studio monitors, but for the sake of this video, because I got it set up like this, we're going to do it on the headphones to see how good we can get it to sound. So I'm going to keep it really simple so you can adjust your attack time and all of that. Normally, that attack time is pretty good, 25 milliseconds, but you know what? Let's tighten it up a little more. Let's drop it to about 10, somewhere in that range. And then that release, 100 is pretty good. You can go as, personally, 100 is pretty good. As you can hear, it got a nice solid knock to it. So right now, what we can do, okay, we got a nice solid knock. Just for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you some things you can do. So let's take that one off. Take that one. Well, I guess I could leave this one on and show you what you can do, but let's get a little more saucy on this. So I'm going to go down here to traction, and we're going to find us a EQ. My brain is not working. We'll find us an EQ. So you can see a visual. There you go. So we got a visual going, and you can see what's happening with the actual and I'm just going, what I'm doing right here is just taking a little bit of that edge off of the top of that kick drum. Just a little bit, because you got to remember we got an 808 on this beat too, so you don't want everything clashing with each other. So I'm just taking a little edge off of that kick drum. I'm just letting the kick drum kind of snap a little bit instead of being so thumpy and hard bassy. And we'll leave that there. First thing we're going to do to this, drop it a little bit. Now let's go. Now we're on our snare. And you see this snare already come with a bunch of plug-ins already set on it. But the one plug-in that is missing, it's missing the one piece of juiciness that you could use in it. But let's go to the EQ. That looks pretty good. Let's go right here and let's add a little slight reverb. Sounds horrible, right? So we're gonna go in here. I like to increase this to about 2 seconds. My room size is normally 33 1/3 or 33. And then what I do, I turn it all the way down. Now watch this. It gave it just enough airy, just enough, not airy feeling, but it gave it a little room feel. So now it has more of a cadence to it. It almost seems like a marching band is coming now when you're listening to it. So then I go to this hi-hat, and the first thing I do is turn this hi-hat down some. Then I'll take this hi-hat and we will EQ it a little bit, raise that a little bit, and we'll drop the low end out of it to make sure we're not getting any low end frequencies out of that hi-hat. I'll drop it down just a little bit more. I just want the hi-hat. I'm going to stop this for a second. So technically what we want the hi-hat to just be a filler. Whenever you got a drum kit, the hi-hat is the filler. So you don't need the hi-hat to be like blaring through the top of the track or anything. The hi-hat is just to fill the track in and clear up some of those empty spaces. So let's listen to it. So it don't need to be that loud. And remember, we got to save space for the MC or the vocalist. All right, guys, and right there, that's the drum kit. So it looks like we got the drum kit sounding about the way we want it to sound. So I can put this back together. Then I can mute this, unmute this, and now when I play this, so now what we want to do is make sure nothing is competing in the track, right? So we listen to these instruments, and I like where this space piano is. I like the spaces in, so check it out. So if you like the spaces in, leave it right there. Go to the next one. And I think my core is a little loud. So to me that chora was a little loud. So then what I normally do, I'll go in here on this chora, drop an EQ on it and pull some of that low end out. And then I'll give it just a little high end just to make it crispy. Give it a little mid. A little more high. Now let's play the piano with it. See, the trick to EQing is to stop them from fighting with each other. You don't want them fighting for the same space. Let's add heaven in. Now let's do something with heaven. Heaven is kind of screeching a little bit, so let's do something slick with heaven. Let's go here, and we're going to go to internal. We're going to add, let's see if we can add a flanger to it and see if maybe we can get it to move in the mix a little bit. So what I did, guys, I put a flanger on that, and then I dropped it down in the mix so that it's basically in the background. It's like an ambient sound that's coming from deep within. And when you listen to it, it doesn't sound like it's just screeching on top of the track. And that's pretty much it. And basically what you're doing is just stopping them from fighting each other. So what I can do here also, I can do a little side by side, and I already got some of that going on. This is going to the left, this is paying to the right. The heaven string is down the center. Let's add the adrenaline bass in, and so it seems like we got a pretty decent mix on those. So what we can do, I'm on intro, put that back on intro. I can, turn that back on, go through them, intro, verse, yada, 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 yada. Let's go to chorus, not chorus, exactly, bridge, outro, chorus. This should be not lit up because that doesn't go there. This should be lit up. Now what we can do with this is unmute it. We can mute these two. Matter of fact, we can leave that one on, and we can go So what I did with that synth right there, I just took it and lowered it so that it's not taking over the entire track. Undo this, hit that, hit this. We can go back to song mode. Think I pretty much did a nice little quick mix on everything. So the thing about your mix on here is you don't need your mix to end up being accurate yet. This is just so that you can play it in your car, play it for friends, play it on different, like in your car, on earbuds, play it for friends, stuff like that, so that you can hear what the track is really doing. This is not your final mix. Now, when I go to do my final mix, I'll drop it over in Logic, and I'll drop it in instrument by instrument, and I'll really do a mix on it. Say, for instance, the artist or something on it. Then I'll go in and do the full mix on the track and turn it into what it really should be. But right here, this is just basically you laying down an idea, getting it together, putting you some simple melodies together, seeing how you like it, and then being able to play it at with the right levels and stuff so that you can actually enjoy the beat. So let's take one listen to our mix and see what we came up with.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
Let's start over. I did not like that. Let's go.
You are now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group. Now listening to the sounds of Mood Swing Music Group.
So yeah, there you have it, guys. That's a quick mix. I showed you in this video, I showed you a new way to sequence it and drop the beat so that you can just drop everything at one time. This is a quick mix, put a light mix on it just to kind of get it to a point where you can really listen to it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I would want to do to this in Maschine It don't really feel like it right now. I know the more I look at this and listen to this, I'll probably come up with something else that I want to show you. But for right now, man, I mean, I think we can call it, you know. And remember, guys, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, and I say it at the end of the video on purpose, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a piece of equipment out of my studio. And I really wanted to go to somebody who definitely can use it. So we're going to do something real slick, but not only will I be giving away a piece of equipment out of my studio, I also got some other gifts that's going to be given away. So it'll be more than one winner at the 1,000 subscriber point. Only one winner will win the piece of equipment, but I'm thinking right now we're going to have a total of 5 winners. And I got some really good stuff coming your way for that. So like, share, comment, subscribe, email me, text me, whatever it is you want to do. Ask me questions. Also, I want to give a shout out to all of my new subscribers. I see you guys subscribing, man. Thanks for coming on and checking out the content. Always feel free to ask me to do something on here that you want to see me do. I will be getting to some more tips and tricks. There'll be shorter videos. But to all the new subscribers, stay tuned. I'm in the process of getting my studio worked on. So I'm trying to pump out videos every week, but it don't always work. But we're trying to get back on point, and we will be on point. So it's, you know, right now I'm just getting a lot of stuff done where I can't have the equipment running while I'm getting it done. So in the meantime, and in between time, as I want to say without stuttering, you know, man, get in the studio, stay in the studio, man. Stay away from all this other goofy shit out here. Be your own producer. Don't just be a producer. When you're in the studio, man, be productive. You'll know what I mean as time goes on. Being in the studio and being productive is going to always benefit you as a producer. It's going to always benefit you as an engineer. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to always benefit you in the long run because you're going to know more. So, like always, man, tell a friend and tell a friend. Everybody do your thing. Peace to all my new subscribers. And overall, peace.